All right, Cooper Flagg balls out and has his best game of the season so far against the New Orleans Pelicans. Let's check out the highlights and we'll get into his performance here in a second. I do have it muted, or Adam Silver said he's going to send me to Alligator Alcatraz. Cooper has really good physicality for a rookie. He has an NBA body from day one. I do love this first play. Swonks it back and flies right by Trey Murphy. If we see that one more time, Cooper has a bit of a mid-range already, but if you see right here, still getting better on his mid-range, but right there, he swonks it back. He hits a little hesitation right here, so Trey Murphy kind of has to respect it, and he flies by for the layup. Of course, it would be better in hindsight for Trey Murphy to let him take the mid-range instead of letting him get all the way to the rim. But yeah, you see Trey Murphy jumps forward, and Cooper reads it really well and blows by to the rim. Little handoff from Gafford. I like this play as well, just gets to his little midi right there. He has pretty much everything in his bag. He just needs to sharpen his shooting from the mid range. He really doesn't have a three ball yet. He can hit him a little bit, but he's really bad efficiency from three right now. Just cuts off Jeremiah Fears right there. Really clean defense, and Fears loses the ball. Nice little bounce pass to Najee Marshall. Good little floater from Najee Marshall there as well. Cooper off the ball. Fakes like he's using the screen and pulls up that mid range. His mid range looks pretty decent, honestly, but he's still working on that part of his game. That's a nasty one. That's on Herb Jones. Herb Jones is an excellent defender, but he just read that wrong. Cooper goes like he's going to go off the screen. Herb Jones bites on it, and Cooper flies to the rim for the dunk. No one really wants to get in Cooper's way when he's going up for a dunk, so his athleticism was one of the most impressive things coming out. And I thought he was a little hyped up athletically until he dunked on Yusuf Nurkic. Was that 2 or 3 weeks ago? He just destroyed Nurkic. Easy little bounce pass for the three ball. Cooper does a really good job in the open court. That's where he's most dangerous, is where he's pushing in the open court. I thought he was going to slam that one. I mean, Zion's not a great defender, but I think Cooper was 0 for 4 from three. So, I mean, you see Zion closes out here. Zion just over closes, makes no effort to move his feet, and Cooper flies by for the lefty finish. I mean, in hindsight, of course, Zion should just let him shoot the three and live with the results. That's just a beautiful move on Derek Queen, his former teammate at Montverde. That's just a nasty post game. One thing I always mention about Cooper, I love how he uses his dribble to get to his post game. Just another strong finish and one on Derek Queen. I want to see that one play one more time. Cooper uses his dribble to get to his post game really well. A lot of guys, they'll get off the dribble and kind of get out of control. Like on this play, for example, Cooper goes left, spins back to the right, and hits a little floater off glass. A lot of guys right there may get out of control, try to pick up their dribble, and, keep going left and just get out of control for the finish. But Cooper does a great job staying in control once he gets into the paint. That one's nasty. You see the swipe down on the replay. Derek Queen swipes down and gets nothing but arm, and Cooper gets the and one finish. Again, they were Montverde teammates, so it was cool seeing those two guys battle it out during the game. That one's nasty right there. There's the athleticism. Cooper really is a freak athlete. He's only going to get stronger. He'll probably put on maybe 10 or 15 more pounds of muscle. I don't know if his vertical is going to get higher because he already jumps out of the gym. But that's a nasty finish. One more thing I noticed on that play. If y'all watch Derek Queen, yeah, Derek Queen's right here, number 22. He's in position. He slides over. He could go up and contest that dunk, but he says, I'm good, bro. They were teammates at Montverde. So again, Derek Queen, he already knew what was about to happen, and he was not going to get himself put on a poster like what happened to Yusuf Nurkic. I'm still waiting for Cooper to really body bag someone this season, but it's going to happen sooner or later. Is that Brandon Williams with the block? That's impressive. That's an and one. They didn't call the foul, but that's a really great pass from Cooper Flagg. Didn't look like anything crazy, but you'd have to kind of read it, make sure he doesn't pass it too high and throw it out of bounds, because a lot of guys make that pass and they just pass it too far and it gets away. Gets away and gets out of bounds, but that's a nice pass. Nice finish from Max Christie. This one's nice as well. Cooper's kind of lurking, cuts in the passing lane. I think he was expecting contact from Jeremiah Fears right there, and he misses that first layup, but he's there for the second jump. That one's strong as well, just bumps off Derek Queen. Derek Queen's like 250. I think Cooper's like 205, so he doesn't look like an action figure or anything. Cooper doesn't have gigantic muscles bulking out of his jersey or anything, but he has functional strength. He bodies a lot of grown men, and he's only 18 years old. Another one of those passes. Max Christie again. Cooper kind of has that full court outlet pass. He's a very good passer and playmaker. We haven't really seen it develop into his assist numbers yet, but he has really good IQ and court vision. Again on Derek Queen. That one was an and one. I don't know if that was a foul or not, honestly. It looked like Derek Queen does swipe down again. Yeah, I'd say it was. His arms weren't straight up. This is a good angle for it, but I remember watching this live. Oh, yeah, for sure. His arms were down on that one. So the nice and one for Cooper Flagg. It's another nice one. Jeremiah Fears is really nice. I like Fears a lot, but he's like 6'2", 6'3". He doesn't even weigh 200 pounds, so Cooper Flagg, great footwork, first of all, and then he just bumps him off. Realizes he has a smaller guy on him, bumps him off, and that is still a hard bank shot to make. Kick out to Najee Marshall for the open three. Cooper with that little hook off. He's learning that little hook around move. That's an NBA veteran move. He's already kind of starting to add to his bag. This was a great game. Great game from Cooper. If we see here, he did have one more game after I made the video. But yeah, the game against Memphis, they lost that game. He had 12 points in that game. But this is the game right here against New Orleans. He finishes with 29 points, 2 steals, 5 assists, 7 rebounds. Just really good all-around performances. All-around performance. Only the 2 turnovers. He's 83% from the line. He shoots 6 free throws. That's one thing I want to see with Cooper. He's really physical. He has a good post game. He has the ball handling and the ability to get downhill and get into the paint. His ball handling, again, it's there. Pretty much all of his skills are there, but I said this even before the draft. He's not extremely good at one thing. I'd say his athleticism and just his motor are pretty much the one skill he's like extremely good at. Almost like AJ DeBonsa. I don't think AJ DeBonsa is extremely good at one thing either, but those two guys, you see them and they just have the mold, and you know these guys just have an insanely high ceiling. Same thing with Cooper and AJ. But yeah, he's 12 for 19 from the field. He shoots 63% from the field, 83% from the line. Like I was saying, back to the point of Cooper being physical and having a good ball handle, a good post game. I'd like to see him attack the paint more and draw fouls more. You saw it pretty good. Pretty good in this game against New Orleans. He was drawing fouls, a lot of fouls on Derek Queen and some of their other players. But the 6 free throw attempts, I don't think he's attempted double-digit free throws all season long. People will say, oh, he just needs to earn his stripes and be in the league a little bit longer. He'll get those foul calls. He just hasn't earned his stripes yet. I think it's so stupid when people say that. They're professional basketball players. It's professional referees. If Cooper Flagg gets slapped on the arm, if Giannis gets slapped on the arm, Jokic, SGA, if you're watching the game and a guy goes up and he gets slapped on the arm, he gets bumped, a foul is a foul. I hate when people say, oh, he's just got to earn his stripes out there and play some more time in the league and he'll get those calls. Like, you're a professional ref, just call the foul. Call the foul evenly for all teams. But yeah, great game from Cooper. These past 5 games, he had 12 points, 29 points, 15 points, 21 points, and 16 points. In his last 10 games, Cooper's averaging 18 points, 6.5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.5 steals, and 1 block over these last 10 games. So that's more who I feel like he's really going to be. He started the season, people act like he started the season off extremely rough. He really didn't. He had the one game against OKC where they clamped him for 2 points, so that was absolutely horrible. But every superstar player, has some bad single-digit games in their rookie year and just throughout their career in general. If you're the first-round pick, people are going to call you a bust. People are going to call you a bum. People are going to watch every single move you make. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Tim Duncan, name any first round pick, and they got called a bust. They got called a bum every time they had just kind of a subpar game. But this game was great against the Pelicans. Again, he has the 29, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. These last 10 games as well, he's shooting 50% from the field, so that's great. He's shooting 25% from three, so that is horrible. And he's shooting 65% from the free throw line over these last 10 games. So the free throw percentage and the 3-point percentage are a little bit concerning. But here's his stats from the whole season right here. He's doing 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists for the entire season. 45% from the field, basically 46% from the field, 27% from three. That's pretty concerning. His free throw percentage, he's basically 79% from the free throw line. So I think he's probably going to be around an 80% free throw shooter. That's probably what he'll finish the season on if I had to guess a number. So if you watch him play, you can see the mechanics. The form on his shot looks really good, and I think he'll develop a 3-point shot sooner or later. It depends on how long that takes. But he's not like a guy that's missing a bunch of threes, then his shot looks broken at the free throw line, because those types of guys usually take the longest to develop their 3-point shot, and they may never develop one with those types of guys. But watching Cooper play, his shot definitely isn't broken. I feel like he will be able to develop a 3-point shot sooner or later in his career. One thing that I noticed that I do like to see, he's attempted 15 field goal attempts on average for the last 10 games. So he's 15 shots or more basically every single game for these last 10. And I feel like that's where he should be. There were some games earlier in the season where he wasn't getting the field goal attempts I feel like he should be getting, but it seems like he's kind of asserted himself into the offense. Naturally, you come in as an 18-year-old rookie, you see all these veteran players around you, and I feel like naturally you're going to defer to some of these players. But I think Cooper's seen D'Angelo Russell and seen some of these guys around him. The Mavericks are absolute ass without Anthony Davis, Kyrie. They may still be ass with those players, but just a terrible organization. I'm sorry, Mavericks fans, but y'all probably agree with me right now after they traded away Luka Doncic. But just absolute ass teammates around Luka, not Kyrie, not Anthony Davis. But if you watch D'Angelo Russell play and just watch Brandon Williams and some of these guys, they just play with horrible basketball IQ, and they do nothing to make life easier for Cooper. All they do is make life harder for Cooper, to be honest. He's trying to play in this dumpster fire organization, and he's still putting up these decent stats in the dumpster fire organization. Last thing, I feel like Cooper would still go number one in this draft if he was getting drafted this year. If he didn't reclassify and go a year early into college, he would have been getting drafted with AJ DeBonsa, Cameron Boozer, Darren Peterson. I think Cooper still goes number one over all of those guys, in my opinion. I think Cooper was overhyped coming in. I think that AJ DeBonsa is overhyped. Any guy you call generational coming out of the draft, I probably think you're overhyping that guy. The only two generational people that have come into the NBA in my lifetime, I would say, is LeBron James in 2003, and then Victor Wembanyama when Wemby got drafted a few years ago. When people use the word generational, people will say, oh, well, actually, it comes down to the way you define generational. Shut the fuck up, Poindexter. Like the word is defined. Just look up the definition of generation. How long is a generation? 15 to 30 years. How long is a generation? 20 to 30 years. How long is a generation? 20 to 30 years. 25 years. 25 years. So I hate when people say, oh, it just depends on how you define a generation. Just look up the definition for a generation. I'll give you 15 years. Like 15 years is the minimum I'll give you. It's probably the same people that say, oh, it depends on how you define a century. It's 100 years. Like the words are defined. So I'm not hating on Cooper. I love Cooper. I like AJ DeBonsa a lot as well. But when you use the word generational, like I was saying with the definition, I take that as I'm only going to see a guy like this every 15 to 20 years. So in my whole lifetime, there should be about 5, maybe 6 generational players. What's that? 15 times 5? What is that? 75. So like in your lifetime, you should only see maybe 4 or 5 generational players. I think Cooper's great. I think he's going to be a superstar. AJ DeBonsa, I think he'll probably be one. B1 as well. Both guys have extremely high ceilings, but being a superstar doesn't make you generational. Again, I forgot Tim Duncan. I guess LeBron, Tim Duncan, and Victor Wembanyama, those are like the only three guys I would say that are generational that I've seen get drafted in my lifetime. So again, people say it depends on how you define generational. I define generational as a player I'm only going to see come in the NBA maybe every 15 or 20 years. But with that being said, Cooper looks great. People were freaking out about how Cooper started the season. I never thought he looked bad, except the Oklahoma City game. I just thought he was going through, his kind of rookie training steps, you could say, his learning curve. But when Cooper came in the NBA, I thought he was going to average maybe 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists for his rookie year. And so far, right now, he's 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Like I said earlier, I'd like him to be more aggressive, get to the free throw line more, and he's starting to get better at that. And then with him getting into the paint more and being more aggressive, he'll naturally start getting more assists. He'd probably average 5+ assists if his team was an absolute ass around him, but Mavericks are just a horrible dumpster fire right now. But please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 7 million subscribers. Let me know what you think about Cooper Flagg season so far, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.